Liberal MPs were hounding the government on patronage today. It was over Joe Clark's brother. He's been made a lawyer for the Calgary Olympics. And like most patronage flaps in the House of Commons, this one got nasty.
Mr. Speaker, the Conservative Patronage Family Compact has graduated from ministers' brothers-in-law last week to ministers' brothers this week.
The people of Canada were hoodwinked by the Conservative Party on the issue of patronage. They said it was wrong. They said it was wrong then, but now they're saying it is right.
I had a report from my officials, and they report they're extremely pleased with the legal services provided by Mr. Clark, who will continue to provide them no matter what innuendo or insinuations the honourable gentleman brings forward in his usual rodent-like fashion.
Crosby says rodent-like. In fact, the Liberals involved in that exchange are part of what's called the Rat Pack. Sheila Copps, Don Boudria, Brian Tobin, and the main rat, John Nunziata. 4 Liberal MPs who try to make life miserable for the Conservative government. The Rat Pack comes from what's usually a political wasteland, the opposition backbenches. Normally, you don't hear much from the crowd back there. But the Rat Pack is different. They shout, they badger, they offend, and they get noticed. Tonight, a special report on the Rat Pack. It seems instead of going away, like some people wish, the Rat Pack is going commercial. Jason Moscovitz has this report.
The Rat Pack is having T-shirts made. They'll sell them to make money for the Liberal Party. John Nunziata is the Liberal they call the King Rat. He finds fun in a lot of this, but he knows he's called many other things. And all things considered, it's not so funny. Other MPs say he's sleazy, slimy, and a snake. No one minces words when it comes to Nunziata. But then again, Nunziata doesn't either.
Sleazy, slimy, Tory patronage.
And when it comes to expressing his distaste for Brian Mulroney, he gets personal.
He's a man that continually talks about being honest and forthright and talks about his ministers having unimpeachable integrity and honesty, and he's so bloody self-righteous, it's sickening.
There's an unwritten code of ethics among MPs. That code said when New Brunswick Premier Richard Hatfield was acquitted on marijuana possession charges, the whole affair should have been forgotten. Most Liberals thought it should be forgotten, but not John Nunziata.
On what date did the Prime Minister first become aware that marijuana was found in Premier Hatfield's luggage?
After Elmer MacKay, the Solicitor General, admitted he met with Hatfield before his trial to discuss things, the government had a problem. Nunziata and his colleagues in the Rat Pack had credibility. Brian Tobin is from Newfoundland. He was there when the Liberals were the government. He's caught on to life in the opposition in the Rat Pack. He was there to defend Nunziata in the Hatfield affair.
Maybe Nunziata showed some courage and some conviction, and maybe to some extent he took a chance, but he was right.
Sheila Copps is a new MP from Hamilton who is also making a name for herself as a rat.
Un'altra cosa, Quebec abbiamo perso, tutto liberale Quebec. Sì, ma adesso in Quebec il Partito Liberale va avanti.
She picked up excellent Italian on the streets of Hamilton to go with her perfect French. But she needles Mulroney in plain English.
My question to the Prime Minister, the Minister for Johnny Carson of the Canadian House. 2/3 of Canadians, Mr. Prime Minister.
Don Boudria, another rat packer, has the simplest of constituency offices. There's nothing on the walls except free posters he gets from the government. He also has the simplest of American-made cars, but nothing is as simple as his beginnings on Parliament Hill. He began as a busboy in the parliamentary restaurant. He's the first Commons blue-collar worker in history to become an MP. He really bugs the Prime Minister about all those little things that become big things in the minds of the people.
A jacuzzi, a hot tub, a satellite dish at Harrington Lake, and all those other issues that I've raised.
You asked all those questions about jacuzzis?
Oh, yes.
On his office door, he keeps a tab on Tory patronage. That's his favorite target.
You know, there's been 1,200 political appointments. That's one appointment every 3 hours, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week since last September 17th. Not bad for a group of people who said that they wouldn't appoint anyone by patronage.
And sometimes the Rat Pack goes to extremes to make a point.
All right, it's a waste of time, a joke.
Some of the antics and tactics of the Rat Pack anger people, including some Liberals. But there's no denying the Rat Pack has emerged as the feisty core of the Liberal benches at the expense of some senior people in the party. They set out to make names for themselves. They've done that. John Nunziata's parents know a lot of people despise their son, but they like his political style.
He got to do what he's doing now, because he couldn't sit back and standing to warm up his chair.
And many of his constituents like his style as well.
How does it feel, though, to have your member of parliament called a snake and a sleaze?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's very ignorant, because he's doing a good job and he's catching up on a few of these things, and they don't like it.
Because he talk. What do you do this, they saying that? You go over there and not say anything what's good for.
But in Parliament or on the street, Nunziata is sometimes quicker with his mouth than he should be.
How old are you?
15.
No. Now we understand how some people get charged.
Like him or dislike him, you can't help but notice him. John Nunziata and the Rat Pack like to be noticed. Jason Moscovitz, CBC News, Ottawa.